Black bipolar female. Black bipolar female. Black bipolar female.
One of the main reasons I really hated living with bipolar disorder is that when I was going through my manic, depressive, or psychotic episodes, or completely paranoid or anxious, I really didn't like myself at all. I didn't want to be that person, and I didn't know how to get out of the cycles I was in. And even as I was supposed to be getting better, I still didn't feel like how I used to feel before I became sick. I was obsessed with being the person I was before I was diagnosed. Prior to my initial break, my mind was my most prized possession. People could and did say a lot of different things about me, but no one could deny that I was smart. And I liked being the smart one. That's how people thought of me. Natasha is very smart. And suddenly, with my break at the age of 19, I couldn't even put two sentences together on paper and could barely hold a conversation for longer than 5 minutes. I didn't just feel dumber, I felt lost, unable to figure out how to get back to who I used to be. And I felt like people kind of wrote me off. She's done. Won't amount to much now. She's sick. She can't do the things she used to do. Don't expect much from her. She'll be lucky to hold on to a job. No one actually said any of these things directly to me, but I could sense it. I could feel the stigma, even though there was no one thing or instance that I could point to and say, there it is. It was like I was sinking and standing still at the same time. I remember a time when I was in the hospital for a while. I kept calling this nurse Nurse Ratched. I'd never seen the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and all of the other patients on the ward called her that, so I honestly believed that was her name. One day I was yelling out to her, Nurse Ratched, Nurse Ratched. She came really close to me and asked me, who told you to call me that? Everyone calls you that. She looked at me for a bit, and I think she understood that I didn't really know what the name meant, and she said, my name is Barbara. I said, okay. And then going forward, I only called her Barbara. On the day of my discharge, she was there. And I said, goodbye, Barbara. She said, goodbye, Natasha. You know, I like you when you're healthy. Stay that way. And then it hit me. I like me when I'm healthy too. And I work very hard to maintain my health. To this day, I still have to build myself up to take my medication. And I've been taking psych meds over 20 years. Some nights the pills seem heavy, weighing down my hand, lingering in my mouth, breaking apart in my throat. Each night I think, what should I drink with my meds? Is it a milk night, a water night, a juice night, a soda night? What should I eat with my meds? Just a little snack or a full meal? How much food is enough so it doesn't upset my stomach and wake me up in the middle of the night with stomach pains? I know I'm not the only person who takes medication every day, but psych meds every day can make you think, well, maybe I don't really need these pills. Maybe I can stop taking them. Am I really so sick that I have to keep taking these pills? In the long run, don't they do more harm than good? How do I know if I really need them if I never stop taking them? I've been through all these questions time and time again. And once when I was younger, I did stop taking my meds. And it was great for a couple of months. And then everything went downhill real fast. But that time I recognized the signs and checked myself into the hospital to get on new meds as quickly as possible. I was only in the hospital for 2 weeks, but it was long enough for me to have to withdraw from college again and wait until the next semester to return. I vowed to never test the waters like that again. It felt like it was too big of a risk, especially if the meds were working and I didn't really have any side effects. I've been taking the same cocktail for over 15 years now. I always thought that term was funny. Cocktail. That's what it's called when a mix of psych meds are combined to keep you healthy. It's a mighty cocktail. A pill to fight depression, a pill to fight psychosis, and 3 little pills to fight mania. Over time, I've added some supplements to the mix, but the main ingredients have remained the same. Dr. Chalfin came up with a cocktail, and he was definitely the best doctor I've ever known across all disciplines. The last thing he ever said to me was, "See you later," when I left for Boston for good and moved back to New York. I missed him, so I Googled him to see if he was still around, and I found his obituary. He died of cancer not too long after I left. So yes, Dr. Chalfin, I'll see you later. He made me like myself, and for that, I am forever grateful. These days, I'm not the person I was before I was diagnosed, and that's a good thing. I've learned so much over the years about myself and what it means for me to be healthy, but I'll stop short of saying I'm happy I developed bipolar disorder. Mental illness is so hard to cope with. Not having any major mental health issues in your lifetime is a blessing. But in terms of who I am now, I wouldn't be me without the struggle. And I've learned to love myself, and that love translates into better health.
Black bipolar female. Black bipolar female.